Yes, friends. Welcome everyone for Qatar group meditation sessions and wisdom sharing session. And today we will first have our wisdom sharing, and then we will go for the meditation, friends. And today we are going to discuss on 7 important questions. And first question is, what is the difference between intuition and thought? This is common question many are having. Everyone has. Intuition is the gut feeling everyone has. That strong inner feeling. Yeah, this is perfect. Every human being by default they're having intuitions, but they can't listen to the intuitions. Why? Because our restless mind. Our mind is restless basically. So because of that and full disturbance, you're not able to listen to intuitions clearly. So what should you do? This restless mind should become restful mind. How it's possible? When you meditate, your restless mind will become restful mind. So then you can listen to your intuitions very clearly. Because when you meditate from thoughtful to you go to thoughtless state, which your mind is empty, very relaxed and calm. Then what happens when your mind is relaxed, you can easily listen to your intuitions, basically. Whatever is heard from intuitions. And intuition is will not confuse you basically. It is from basically the soul. The message is from the soul or intuition, basically it is. It is one time or two times, just it guides you. This is right, that's it. And when coming to thought keeps on confusing you. It tells one this is right. Once again tells this is wrong. It keeps on confusing you. Thoughts. It is repetitive, not one time. Unlimited, continuously keeps on generating from the mind. And thought is generated in the mind. Only 5% is our conscious mind which we use. From the conscious mind the thoughts get generated, and 95% is subconscious mind. Intuition comes from the subconscious mind. This is the basic difference. Intuition is coming from the subconscious mind, and your thought is coming from the conscious mind. Because 95% that is very much important, which is already there. That what the core beliefs, everything is reprogrammed already. From there, the intuition comes, and intuition will give very clear picture. And when you meditate, your restless mind will become restful mind, and you can easily listen to your intuitions. Everyone is having this intuition power, so you have to meditate regularly, and you can easily listen to your intuitions, and you can go in life ahead with your intuitions. This is the difference between intuition and the thought. Next question: how do we overcome fears? This is also common questions asked by people. Having fear is normal. Nothing to worry about it. Having fear is normal. It is natural thing. It is natural feeling. Overcoming fear also is normal. Both are normal. Anything you might, when you're doing it for the first time, you might fear. When you practice it regularly, slowly the fear goes. Basically, it is. You become fearless. When you are learning swimming for the first time, your fear of the water, your fear that you might get drowned off. So your fear. But if fear you put backstep, that fear always it keeps on attracting. That's it. You should never put backstep. You should face it. Basically, any fear is coming, try to face it. That's it. Jump in the water. That's it. Colors. And obviously, when you practice regularly, what happens? Your fear for water, everything goes basically. Anything first time you fear, when you practice it regularly, becomes your habit, and there's nothing question of fear. And you're driving also first time, you're very fearful of the road. Will I press the brake, the accelerator, everything perfect? You're just afraid of the fear with the signals. When you practice regularly car, automatically you not put much focus on that. Whether I should press brake. By default, in subconsciously, you just go and press the brake or the accelerator. Everything by default happens because by practice. So anything life, any situation you want to do, don't fear. You have to face it basically. Face it, and after the practice, you overcome fear. In life, having fear is normal. Overcoming fear also is normal. Both are natural things. No need to worry. Nothing is abnormal in life. Having fear and overcoming fear also is normal. It is natural. Because by birth only we have that fear. Everything is by default we having that emotion, whatever the fear. So both are normal. Having fear, overcoming fear is normal and natural thing. Nothing to worry about. Next, what is destiny? Destiny is something which is already prepared for you and kept ready because of the past deeds, something you have done in the past deeds, and that you have to face the future consequences that you're going to face. That is your destiny. Example, you have did a murder of any person. What's your destiny? Your destiny is you have to go to jail. As of now, you might not be caught, you might be escaping or you might be hiding somewhere, and still the police is not caught you. But your destiny is fixed now. Your destiny is fixed. You have to go to jail. That's your destiny. But at any cost, you have to face it. Why you have to face it? Because of the past deeds, now you're facing it. Same thing, life also. Everything is fixed. You have prepared and come something. Because of past deeds, something you have to face it. And that consequence you have to face at any cost. So the destiny you cannot change, basically. Something you have to face means you have to face. If you have to enjoy anything, means you will definitely enjoy at any cost. So destiny is something which is already prepared for you. Your future is already prepared because of your past deeds. That is destiny. Next, how can we improve the quality of our present moment? This is also very important thing, and that is we are having many books also on this power of now, how to practice being in the present. Because generally, we either dwell in the past or we think upon the future. Past is already gone. There's no point in worrying about the past, and you can't go back and you cannot make any changes. So there's no question of worrying. Future is not in your hands. There's no point thinking much of future. You can plan for future, but you keep on staying yourself in the past. There's no point at all. That's why always we tell, be in the present moment. Enjoy these 24 hours you are there. Enjoy fully that moment. Every moment of enjoy in life. Be happy for everything what you are getting in life. And how to practice being in present? You have to like increase your awareness, consciousness. Example, now you are walking or you're climbing the step. Be conscious of every step. Be awareful of every step. You are having food. In 3 times, at least 1 time practice conscious eating. 2 times, okay, you watch movies or you speak with your family or you have the food. No, at least 1 time try to practice conscious eating and see how it goes. Like the small things, you are drinking water, just feel the water. When you're chewing the food, just slowly chew the food. You can feel, observe the how you're chewing the food. Like that in our daily step, what activities you're doing. Example, meditation is nothing but your daily activities plus awareness is meditation. Meditation doesn't mean just 1 hour what you're doing, that you'll be calm and rest remaining 23 hours you are in havoc. Not that discussion. Every moment you have to be awareful, watchful of it. That's it, simple. You should try to practice small steps in life. This conscious eating, conscious walking, conscious time, what you're doing, try to be watchful of it. That's it. By being aware on those things, what happens, you increase your awareness and you will try to learn to be in the present moment. Because tomorrows are created from today's. If you're today you're happy and today you're working hard and smartly, obviously your future is definitely will be happy only. Today if you're not working and today you're wasting your time, obviously your future will be same thing, because your futures are created from today's. So we're telling always, if today you're happy, 100% you will be happy tomorrow. Tomorrow you're having exam. Today if you're studying, obviously you'll pass the exam next day. Otherwise, if today you're not studying, or you're enjoying or playing somewhere, you'll obviously fail in the future, next day. That's it. So tomorrows are created from today's. So today try to be happy, learn to be happy, enjoy every moment. 100% you will achieve, your future will be amazing. You do not much worry about future only. If you are focused on present moment and you're enjoying present today, 100% your future will be definitely happy. That's for sure. That's why always we tell, try to be in the present moment. Learn to be in the present. How much are possible, try to live in the present. That's very much important. Next question. How can I know whether I'm taking correct or wrong decisions in life? Life is basically experiment. There is nothing, you can't draw a straight line. Yeah, this is life. We go as per this. Everything is perfect. You can't tell like this. Life is of experiment. You have to experiment everything. Out of experiment, you get some experience. Based on experience, what happens? There was wrong decision. What happens from experience? That wrong decision will change into correct decision. You have to do it. That's it. Or you can take suggestions also from your well wishers. You can take friends, parents, anyone. Take their guidance and you go ahead in life. And we cannot tell something is good or bad, because it can change person to person. You have to take decision and you end up in wrong situation. try to learn from it. That's it. Because you are experimenting in life and you get experience. If you're not learning from experience, again you end up in the wrong decision again. So what experience you got it, try to learn. Okay, where I did the fault, where I went wrong, analyze it, and from that wrong decision you will move to the right decision. That's it in life. And your friend, someone has told we shall go for the drinking, and you went for drinking and you drank excessively. What happens? Next day you are very lazy, you're full sleep, you're not able to work, nothing. Again, so what do you think? No, next time it's not drink, you took decision. Because this is your experience. Again, next week again a friend is asking, let us go for drinking. Now you're very awareful because you got experience. Yeah, last year I ended up investing my time. So this time you're very awareful. Why? Because your previous what you got experience in life, now you're very awareful. So you're not trying to repeat that mistake. If you're not observing there means again you should repeat same mistake here also. You're driving car. In Qatar, there here the limit is 120 speed limit. You're driving excess to the speed limit and the police has caught and you have paid the fine. First time, second time, third time. Fourth time, what happens? You are awareful because already you have experienced. I have paid the fine almost 3-4 times. This time I should be awareful. When it comes to 110, 120, you will try to be awareful. Okay, I should not repeat this mistake. Like that. You are doing experiment and getting some experience. Out of that, you became awareful. So you not try to again commit that mistake basically. So what experience you're getting in life, try to make use out of it, and don't do same mistakes again. Basically, from there you try to rectify and you move to the right direction. That's it. Next, what is spiritual parenting? This is very important. Spiritual parenting, simple definition means if your parents are spiritual, that is spiritual parenting. Whatever you are getting the guidance from parents, that is spiritual parenting. This is very much important. And because you should give the freedom and free will to your children, you cannot tell them you should do like this, you have to study this education, you have to do job in this way. No, everyone has got their free will. You give your suggestion, that's it. You can't show command, you cannot command them you have to study this course or this only, you have to do job here only, you have to do business. No, how you can force them? You have to give them free choice, give them free will. That we learn in spiritual parenting. Everyone has got the free will. Everyone got their likes, their dislikes. Some have got interest in some career. They want to make career there. Okay, let them make anywhere career. It's up to them. You give your suggestion. If possible, always try to support them. That's important. And in parenting, it's not the question of what you give to the children, not the property or the investments, the goal which you give. The biggest property which you give, can be given to children is meditation. You teach them meditation at a very young age. At the age of 5, if you're telling about meditation to the children, you see their life, how they lead happy and miraculous life. Anything they're getting life, they will definitely face it 100% perfectly. They are fearless in life. Whatever situation happening in life, whether it be good or bad, positive, negative, they will take it perfectly and they will balance it and go ahead in life. That is the power of meditation. Otherwise, when there's good times, they'll not know nothing. When the bad times come, then they'll think, this I not, no one has told me how to handle this. Then they go in depression. That's the root cause for the suicides, everything what children are doing. They fail exam, they don't get rank, they end up like this situation. There's no question you should get rank. It's up to them. If they pass also, no, what is this? No rule is there to get, because everyone wants to get first rank. How is it possible? It's not possible. It's not even feasible also. How can I expect everyone to come in the first rank? Simple it is. Who puts more effort, they will come in first rank. That's it. Do not force them. You have to come in the rank. This much you have to get percentage. No, don't force them. You give them right guidance. You teach them meditation very young age. And biggest myth in people is meditation should be done when you are at age of retirement. When you're 60 years, then you have to meditate. What in the point of almost 40 years you want to end up confusion, no clarity. When you start early, what happens? There is so much clarity in people. They will lead happy and miraculous life when they meditate, because everything they know, this is for my good. Something happened wrong. Okay, this is for my good only. I can take the learning out of it and go. They will take everything as a challenge, basically. Any problem is coming towards them, they will try to take it as a challenge and they will go ahead in life. That is the power of meditation. So, parents have to first be spiritual. Then the kids become spiritual. Like that should flow basically. Everything you teach them, apart from spirituality, family, what values, ethics, office ethics, everything you teach them, not just one thing. All things you have to teach them. And meditation is playing very important role in people. So that's very much important. because today's generation we see many people end up in wrong things. So meditation when is there, it basically guides you right path. No one needs to tell. You will become independent in life. You can take suggestions, but you can be independent in life when you are meditating. Like that it is. Next, is there a connection? Next question: is there a connection between dreams and reality? Yes, there is. Dreams are connected to realities. Realities are connected to dreams. Both are interlinked. Dreams is nothing but your imaginations or your visualizations. Realities are created from the dreams. You have dreamt about something. You are dreaming about this. I want this. In the future, that reality you are going to create basically. Dream is your imagination, and reality is experiencing the truth basically. You are dreaming, I want house. You are visualizing about this today, and this will be definitely, of course, reality. Both are interconnected. Both are affecting each other. Dreams affect realities. Realities affect dreams. I am affecting you. You are affecting me. Both are affecting each other. In a road, driving a car, if the front person is slows down, you should of course slow down, because he is affecting you and I am affecting the backside person. So everyone is affecting each other. In the same way, dreams affect realities and your realities affect dreams. So if you're dreaming perfectly, you're imagining imagination you're doing, and they of course they will turn into realities in the future. That's for sure. This is the difference between dreams and realities. These are the 7 questions I wanted to share, friends. And if you are having any doubts, or if you want to add any more to this wisdom, you can please unmute yourself and you can share. Or if you want any more clarity, please ask. I will share as per my wisdom. Thank you, friends. Thank you, universe, for sharing on this today's wisdom. Thank you. Thank you, friends. If anyone wants to add, just unmute yourself, please add. But I think so. Newcomers have joined mostly.
Yeah, 2, 3 guys.
Hello.
Hello.
One second, I'll add you in the things. Yeah. Yes, sir. You can speak.
Yeah, things are very nice today. This question and answer. This is the new total view of the meditation, especially lesson learned. Every day we are facing a lot of lessons and understanding. We missing all those things. We have to influence our life, as you told. It's really true.
Yes, sir. Again, I'll come up with some questions again next month or in the October schedule. Mostly I will come.
Yeah, these are the really very good questions because everyone is facing, and exactly they don't know answer. Now you are clearing exactly what is what, especially the intuition between thoughts and the intuitions, because so many thoughts will come. So how to identify exact thought and make it reality?
Correct.
So that is good.
And one more thing to add, when any thought is coming from your mind, basically it is like for you, it's for a personal knowledge, like it's the ego. Only it's benefiting you only. When the messages are coming from the soul or the heart, intuition, they try to benefit everyone basically, not just to oneself. Your messages will be benefiting everyone, not just to oneself. But when it's coming from the mind, what happens? It is egoistic basically. Yeah, what I'll get from this. Personally, it always is only for me what is the benefit. But when any intuition or message coming from soul, because soul is consciousness. Everywhere we have soul consciousness. So in that case, generally the benefit is everyone. It doesn't see only you. It tries to cover everyone. This also you can try to differentiate any message or thought. And thoughts keep on repeating and try to confuse you. And intuition, they don't try to confuse you basically. It is one time, 2 times, it just tells color. And you can not only you can feel it basically, intuitions.
Yes, correct.
Like that. And if you're not able to identify, I'll give one more example also. Now I prepared coffee and I'm giving to you. You know whether if coffee will harm you, don't take. If it doesn't harm you, you can take it. That's simple. If any thought intuition not able to differentiate, okay, you have the decision to take, okay, whether that is harming you or not. If there is no harm in it, okay, you can proceed on whether let it be intuition, let it be thought. You can just go ahead and let this. You can, because you can easily make out from this. Coffee is nothing going to harm you. You can just consume the coffee. Whether coffee is prepared by me, whether it be my friends, anyone, you are least bothered. You want coffee, that's it. I prepared the coffee and I give it to you, that's it. You consume it. If it doesn't harm you, you consume it. Otherwise, you can ignore the coffee, that's it. Same thing here also. Whether the message is coming from the soul, whether it's coming from the heart, whether the soul, mind, you are least bothered. If that is not harming you, you can proceed ahead in that. That's it, simple.
So for that one, actually, we need a strong willpower to decide which is correct, which is not correct.
And that's why I'm telling. If it is not harming you, you go ahead. Otherwise,
Yes.
you should be cautious. That's it. Otherwise, because you should be ready to face a consequence. That's simple. If anything goes on, you have to be ready to face a consequence. That's it. And you should not fear basically. Okay, something happened. Okay, I told that also. Your decision will go wrong because human is common. We can make mistakes. We cannot be error free. Even the robot machines also wanted they'll commit mistake. The human obviously there is chance we might commit mistake. No problem in that. Okay, there is some mistake happened. Okay, you rectify. If you're not rectifying, then it's problem. If you're able to rectify from it, then it is nothing problem. You can, that is a good thing. You have to learn from that what happened wrong or where it went wrong. Try to analyze it and go ahead and let that's important.
Yeah. The main basic challenge is the attitude. If we change the attitude in the right position, so all these 8 questions will be influencing in very systematic manner.
Correct, sir. Attitude is important, very important. Attitude.
Yeah, attitude. It's a big challenge in the humankind now, in this world.
Everything is challenge in life.
Yes.
Basically.
Correct. Correct.
There is no challenge free life only, basically.
Yeah.
Everything is challenge. For a patient, if the graph is heart patient, if the graph is straight, he's dead basically. Only when the graph is going up and down, he's alive. Otherwise, straight is dead basically in the heart patient. In the life was same thing. If our life is going straight, means you're almost like dead only. Only when the graph is up and down only, you're alive in life. Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for sharing your clarity also on these questions.
Hello, Master.
Yes.
I want to share one point.
Yes.
You told, no, Master, if we recognize our positives and negatives, if you observe our positives or negatives, means we are traveling in positive way, enlightenment way. That is the symptom. If we recognize our plus and minus. And you gave example of a heart patient. That is also very excellent. Example is very excellent.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, correct. Really correct.
If you're able to recognize these things, you're in right path. If you're not able to recognize means, again, someone should tell you, you're doing wrong. If you are able to recognize yourself, this is right or wrong, then okay, you're in right path because you're able to take.
You are enlightened master. That is the example. You are enlightened master.
To recognize exactly which is correct, that needs a correct path and meditation. That is how you are forcing to do the meditation. Once we are expert in meditation, calm and quiet, all the consequences, all this attitude, willpower, everything will come on track.
Yes.
Once
not just correct, sir. Not just good things, sir. You can recognize both things. When you meditate not on good things, you are able to do it, focus on the wrong thing of something you did wrong. That was able to focus.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's important.
Plus and minus, both we should recognize.
Yes. Positive, negative, both you can recognize in life. When you meditate, go.
When you follow one positive character, all positive character will attach to that, like engine, train.
Correct.
Train, all bogies will be attached. Like that only, when one character, positive character, when you follow in our life, we will be adding all positive characters in our life.
We're like magnets. Our mind,
Yes.
if you think positive, you attract positive things. If you think negative, you attract
Yes.
negative things. You're like a magnet.
Exactly, exactly.
How you think, you
Exactly.
attract those things in life.
Yeah, your mind is a magnet.
Magnet, that's it.
Yes,
Mirror, magnet, mirror, everything.
How you see, same thing you attract in life. Your surrounding situation, friends.
Yes.
How you are there, you observe with them basically like that. How your circle is, the surrounding families. You observe same things from them basically. So it will always try to surround yourself with the good people, positive people. Your house, wherever you go, try to be with the positive people because you observe those characters in yourself.
Yes,
Exactly.
super. Today question and answers are excellent.
yeah,
Thank you.
Everybody common questions.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Okay. Thanks a lot.
thank you, thank you.
thank you. Thank you for giving opportunity to talk with you.
Thanks. Yes, masters. I'll just end the live on YouTube and we can make it. Just end the session. Thank you, friends. Thanks for joining for today's session. And I will end the live on YouTube and we will make it for another 30 minutes and we'll end the session. Thank you, universe, and thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you. Thank you. Every Fridays we get connected. Thank you. If you want more details, you please message me. I will send the details about the Zoom and everything. I will just end the live on YouTube.